Hi everybody, my name is Brenda and I want to tell you my story. Have you heard the phrase that if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy? Well, that was my house and I was the problem. I had had twins, we lost one of them, and between hormones and being a new mom and all of the depletion that goes along with that, I was a mess. I was extremely irritable and PMS during a full moon irritable. And you ladies, you know what I'm talking about. It was kind of a scary place to be, and there were some bad days when I just didn't want to be in that place anymore. I wouldn't commit suicide, but I completely understand why people do. Between all of the pain that you feel physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, you just want it to end, and I get it. About 18 months after my twins were born, my mom kind of came to my rescue, and she gave me a truth bomb, and it was one that really kind of struck home. She said, "You don't deserve to feel this way, and your kids don't deserve for you to feel this way." That last part really stung. I loved my family. My kids were afraid of me though, because I would erupt emotionally. I was not a nice wife. And bless my husband who could love me when I was at my worst. Everyone should have a spouse who can do that. Anyway, she took care of me for a little bit and that helped. And then one day she called me and she said, I heard about this multivitamin for mood stabilization. I think you ought to give it a try. I am pretty independent and I wanted to see if I could, take care of it myself. It took me a while to understand I was dealing with postpartum depression. I mean, I was sad, but understandably so because I'd lost a child, right? But irritability was so much my symptom. And I tried to micromanage my life for a few more weeks, but I had some more of those bad days when, you kind of think about suicide. And that was my signal that I needed some help beyond what I was doing, that I couldn't do it by myself. I really didn't want to go on medication if I could avoid it. So I wanted to try everything else first. And so without telling her, I bought a bottle of that broad spectrum micronutrient formula that she had told me about. Now, keep in mind, I'd taken prenatal vitamins and they were good ones all through my pregnancy and for a year and a half after that pregnancy. I wasn't feeling any better. I was feeling worse, if anything. And so I stopped taking those and I started taking this broad spectrum micronutrient formula, and I'll tell you what, within 48 hours, I started noticing a difference. And it was just little. I woke up for the first time in years and didn't feel like I had been run over by a Peterbilt during the night. And that, for a mom with little babies, is huge because you're only getting a couple hours of sleep a night. Then little by little over the next couple of weeks, my body started feeling better. That ache, that nondescript ache that you have when you're depressed, started going away. And my brain started getting clearer. I didn't even realize how much of a brain fog I had going on. And I had more patience. So all those little things that little kids do because they're little kids that are normal, I used to explode about those. I wasn't exploding anymore. I was reacting more the way I normally would. And I just started feeling like myself again. It's not like it supercharged me or give me all sorts of crazy energy, but I just feel like myself. And that is such a blessing. And this formula has been such a godsend because I can be me again. And that is a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And I was absolutely stunned how quickly it worked. So once my family, like my siblings and my parents, found out what had happened, they all started taking it. My aunt started taking it because she's aging and she wanted to preserve her memory. My mom started taking it. She was able to get off her antidepressants. And a number of friends and other people started taking it, and they've all started feeling better. And sometimes it's just as simple as, having the motivation to make some of those phone calls that you just don't want to make. I mean, and that happened for my sister, which was, really kind of a funny little thing. But with my own family, my husband and my children, we have started using the broad spectrum micronutrients as well. My husband, I really noticed with him is that he has a lot of anxiety, but when we travel on road trips in particular, that's when it really seems to be heightened. And I noticed that when he wasn't taking the vitamins, he was quite terse and kind of grouchy and sharp with the kids as we were traveling. He indicated that he felt like he was handling the stress at work better, and his boss even noticed. With my kids, I give it to them, give the broad spectrum micronutrients to them. One of them, she says it helps her stomach feel better in the morning. She's not a breakfast eater, but she's starting to see that having the nutrition in her just helps her feel better, and that's a good thing, especially since they both kind of have some focus issues in class. We primarily take capsules at our house. I stocked up on them, so I have a lot of them, and so that's primarily what we take. But once the lightning sticks came out, we certainly tried those. My husband actually prefers the EMP Lightning to the Empower Plus Advanced. Not so much because it tastes better, but because swallowing pills has always been hard for him, and he knows that he feels better with them. So he really likes the EMP Lightning. My kids, they have pretty bland palates right now, and so the flavors are really kind of too strong, but they willingly take the capsules. So we're primarily a capsule family, but I'll tell you what, if I'm not getting my afternoon dose of the capsules, and I start seeing that I'm starting to get irritable, that's my red flag that I'm out of micronutrients and I need some more. And I have found EMP Lightning to be so beneficial, especially when I need a quick calm. I like all the flavors. I think I probably like banana the best, but I have so appreciated having those on hand, so I can get calm quickly when I'm starting to get depleted and starting to get a little more irritable. And in fact, just yesterday morning, my youngest daughter, she said to me, and this made my heart feel so good. She said, "Mom, you don't get mad anymore like you used to." That's huge. That meant a lot to me, because that poor kid has been through my darkest days with me, and has unfortunately, been the recipient of my anger when I couldn't control it. And that just is a really big, that's a big deal to me. So Empower Plus Advanced and EMP Lightning, those products are a godsend, and they have made a huge difference in my life. So hopefully they can make a difference in yours. Take care.